Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you guys would like to see how I got this purpley, smoky, glittery eye, then just keep watching. Hi guys, so today we're going to just jump right into it. My eyelids are already primed and ready to go. So we're going to grab our eyeshadow palette, which today we'll be using the Jaclyn Hill palette. Mine is so dirty, I apologize. It is my favorite palette of all times. So that's what we'll be using today. We're going to jump into this orangey shade, and I'm going to apply this with a big fluffy brush. Now this is going to go all over the transition area, which that is above the eyelid and below the eyebrow bone. So we're going to apply this all over using windshield wiper motions and circular motions. We're just going to apply this all over and make sure that it looks super blended, no harsh lines, no harsh edges. Okay, now for the second shade that we'll be using is this poopy brownish shade. I'm going to be using another fluffy brush and applying this just right on top of the first orange shade that we used. As you can tell, I'm still using those circular motions. The goal is to get it as blended as possible. The blending that you have in your transition area can really make or break your look. So it's super important to blend as much as possible and to get these two colors to look as best as possible. Now these two colors together is going to make a super warm brown, which is very perfect for the lid shade that we'll be using later on with our look. So make sure that both of these are super blended all over the transition area. Next, we're going to go in with this purple shade. I am going to just use my finger for this part because I feel that it gets the most pigment payoff. So I'm just going to apply this with my finger all over the lid. Now I am going to leave a space in the inner corner. As you can tell right there, I'm not going to apply any purple there, just because later we're going to add some glitter into that area. So I am just going to pack this on. I am going to keep it a little bit lower. I'm not going to get too high with this purple shade, just because I don't want it to come out too dramatic and too crazy. I just want it to be a nice way to use color in your look. If you wanted to, you could have used a wet brush and packed on this purple pigment on the lid. But for today's look, I just felt that it was most easiest for me just to go in with my finger. And as you can tell, the purple is very pigmented and very beautiful. So it is just preference. Some days I'll use a wet brush and some days I'll use my finger. After that, we're going to go in with that fluffy brush again, and we are just going to blend out all the edges just to make sure that there was no harsh lines. And don't worry if you do wipe away some of the purple pigment, because we'll go back in, but just focus on the blending and the edges of that purple. You want to get it to where it looks nice and smoky and super seamless. So just go back and forth, making sure that everything looks super blended. I'm going to go back in with that purple just in case we lost some pigment with all of that blending. So just to touch it up and make it look extra vibrant. It's so pretty. I love it. So make sure you do the same thing on the other side and just go back in if there was any more harsh lines. Now with this fluffy brush, I'm going to go in with those two transition shades that I originally used, and I'm just going to smoke out the bottom lash line, blending it and bringing it pretty low. As you can see, I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye. I'm going to bring it down pretty low, but just going back and forth and connecting it up to the top where those transition colors were on the top lid. Now with this flat brush, I'm going to use the first shade in the palette, and I'm just going to hit that brow bone just to give it a pop and some highlight for the brow bone. So I'm just using any small little packing brush. Now for the fun part, we're going to get this glitter from Revlon. I'm going to apply this to that blank space that we left in the beginning where there's no purple. And I am going to make sure that this blends into the purple pigment so that everything just flows and looks very nice. You guys, I love this glitter. I use it in so many of my looks, so I really recommend it. And I believe it was only about 10 bucks. So this is what the glitter is looking like. I think it looks so pretty. Now I do go in with about 2 coats, and then if there is any more blank spaces or anything like that, then I will go in again and just touch it up. But I do love this glitter. It's not heavy at all, so it doesn't feel heavy on the eyelid, and it just looks gorgeous. So I'm gonna just let this go ahead and dry. And then next we're going to go in with this small little brush and the first shade in the palette. And I'm going to hit the inner corners. And you guys, the look is coming together. I think that it looks so beautiful. The inner corner highlight really does make a difference, so that's something that I never want to forget in a look. It does tie everything together. Next, we're going to take our pinky finger and we are going to hit the very center of the lid. Now, you guys, this is supposed to be a very subtle look with this blue. So you don't want it to pop out too much, but it does add dimension to the lid and to the look. So that's why I'm using my pinky finger and I'm not getting very much product at all. You want this to just add a little pop of color on the lid. So just make sure everything is nice and blended. And it looks so pretty with the purple. Like, I had to add this blue. I think it looks so gorgeous. Next, we're going to go in with eyeliner. And I also popped on some lashes. So these are the Sonia Kashuk lashes. But I wanted to show you how I get this pencil brush and I smoke out the bottom lash lines. So blending in that eyeliner with the two transition shades that we applied on the bottom lash line, that small pencil brush is just going to give it a super smoky, grungy look. And we are going to bring that down pretty low into the bottom lash line. But again, it'll just make the eye look just look that much better and just tie the whole look together. So trust me, just keep blending and make sure you get that full smoky eye effect. If your eyeliner is waterproof and doesn't want to budge, you can always just dip that pencil brush into a darker brown shade, but just use very little. We don't want the bottom of the lash line to look crazy. And here is what the eye look is looking like right now. I think it looks so good. I'm so happy with the way it came out. So now we're doing highlight. I just wanted to show you. This is the Revolution Baked Highlighter. And you guys, it was like $3. I love it. This is the final look. This is my purple smoky eye. There is the pop of color with the glitter. I love the way it came out. I think it looks so beautiful. It is such a nighttime look. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!